Is anyone watching? Right then. Oh, there's 3 people here. Hello. Just turn eating down. Oh, it's down. Oh, right. What was I gonna do? Troopers Travels. Evening, Sarah. How's things? Things are actually fantastic. I don't know if you saw my recent video, but I had a bit of a stressful time this last couple of, not stressful. Was it stressful? Yeah, it probably was actually. But I had a bit of a time of it. I know I look shocking, everyone. You know what? I'm going to be dead straight with you. I'm in this pajama top. I've got these pants that I've got on. These pants used to be skin tight. I remember putting them on in the gym when they were skin tight. Like, look at them now. They're horrible. They're covered in paint and all sorts because they're just what I wear. Look how big they are. It's great. They're massive. Like, it just looks huge. But I don't care. I don't care. And that's why. So I just got a message through from work. Yeah, hence that's why I'm on a live looking like this. You don't mind, do you? So, to answer your question, frigging pillar's getting on my wick. Made that the other day. What do you reckon? So the inside of it, I had this material. It's made what I made the curtains out of, and the inside of it is just scrap material. So it's a bit dodgy, but it's all right. It's all right for free. Yes. Well, I say what. Let me get into. Oh, you saw it yesterday, right? You know, I don't need to go over everything then. Okay, through from afar. Hi, how are you? What did I say? Oh, that bleeding mince pie. It's inspired me to do mince pie over Christmas. I saw it and I just thought that looks absolutely bloody amazing. So I'm going to make a mince pie. I've decided. Troopers Travels. Yes, I saw it yesterday. And great decorating soon. Great decorating soon. Enjoyed the video. Is that your decorating soon after seeing my decorating? Oh, Raffle 14. Hi, Sarah. Hello, how are you? And Troopers Travels, the Raw Marsh Explorer, Brill, Food from Afar. You look great and you look comfy. You know, I am comfy. And just going back to what I was saying, I don't know why why is that hair sticking up? It's doing me head in. There you go. Yeah, for anyone watching that you might not have seen the video, basically 2 weeks ago I found a lump under my armpit. And the reason why that was so poignant was obviously if you get lumps, you've got to get them checked out. But also, my father's mother died of breast cancer when she was 48, which is the age that I am now. And she had it, and it was in that side, and it was just like, oh my God. And I didn't think at the time it was anything too bad. I've had incidents like this before years ago, but that was in the bust. And that turned out to be a cyst, thankfully. So this time it's turned out to be nothing. It went away, it came up, it went away. Thankfully, I'm all right for now. But yeah, I'm feeling very relaxed. Looking forward to Christmas and looking forward to New Year. But I'm also looking forward to something else, that's why I've come on live to tell you what's going on. But we need to get to the messages first. Lisa, hi Sarah. Hi Lisa. And Troopers Travels, Raw Marsh Explain. I always want to say the full time. I might just revert to Troopers Travels, the Raw Marsh Explorer, yours, lol. Mukthadia, hi Sarah, Merry Christmas everybody. Hello Mukthadia. Mukthadia, I don't know if I mentioned this to you before, I don't really do Christmas. But I do enjoy the time. Oh, look at my hair. Looks a mess, doesn't it, everyone? Honestly. Stevie boy, evening Sarah, evening love, how are you? And food from afar, what you doing over Christmas, Sarah? Right, so that's all the messages for now. What we're doing over Christmas? Well, tomorrow, oh, Mux the dear. Oh, thank you so much. Hi, Sarah, like your morning video and you look well. I like to brew a cuppa in the morning. Thank you so much, Muck the Dear. I really do appreciate that. That's really kind. I'll put that towards my Marks and Spencer's non-alcoholic wine that I'll be treating myself to Christmas Eve because I'm going over to Michael and Adrian's who live just across from me. And they've invited me around and I'm gonna I've got grey roots as well. Can you see that? I'm gonna take I wonder if I turn that light out whether you'll still be able to see me. Let's see, because I hate that light. Oh, that's better. That's better. I felt like I were in like Gestapo or something, you know. Let me get to it. So, yes, thank you, Muck the Dear. I will definitely put that towards my non-alcoholic wine beverage on Christmas Eve, and I'll definitely think about you when I'm supping that. So, thank you so much. What we're doing over Christmas? Well, tomorrow I'm going to go with my mother, and we're going to see my face fella. So I see someone down in Rotherham, and he does my Botox because I had Botox. I don't have fillers. I did have fillers years ago, but I had them in my lips, and I don't know why I did because I don't need it. You know, like my lips are fine as they are. But yeah, I'm feeling really haggard, everybody. I looked at the mirror the other day and I thought, oh God, you're looking a bit worn around edges, love. So this was like longer than the other day, and I just thought I need to do something just to sort of help me freshen up a little bit. So tomorrow I'm gonna go and get a treatment, and the treatment is called plasma pen. And what they do essentially, all around your eyes here, they do all of that area, and it's what it does is it sort of burns. It don't burn as in typically. Yeah, it does. It fires out this plasma thing. I don't know what the hell it is, but they fire it out and it burns all your skin around your eyes. And then literally it takes about a week for it to go down. It like cauterizes the skin. Sounds really awful and it looks quite dramatic. My eyes are itching like hell. Anyway, I'm having it done because it's supposed to renew all the skin under your eyes, and I'm a believer, me, and just get a little done often. You know, you're never going to stave off age, and I don't really want to be honest. Don't mind getting older, but I don't want to. Always rips up that, doesn't it? So what I'll be doing over Christmas is hibernating, basically, to let this go down and let it heal. So I'll be filming it as well. So I'll show you what it looks like for anybody that's interested. But I'm also going to be taking that time to do some stuff that I want to do. So the first thing I want to tell you is there's some great news on the Oldham front. In fact, excuse me, let me just have a look. Before I do that, let me just have a look because there's some extra messages. Muck the Deer says that's great. Thank you, Muck the Deer. Troopers Travels said you look champion. Thank you. Sorry, my chest is itching there. I do apologise. No, thanks. You know, like I say, I don't mind getting older. Well, I do because I don't want to go old, but I don't want everything that comes with it. But I'm happy to go because the alternative is something that I don't want either. So, but I think if you can just, as I said, if you can just do bits to try and help yourself feel a little bit better, then I don't see anything wrong with that. And I don't mind admitting to having stuff done either. I don't think, you know, some people try and deny it. I don't. I just admit it. But that's all I've done so far. But as I said, we're ramping it up now. Stevie boy, I feel the same. It's our age, Sarah. I'm the same age as Chris the Butcher. So Chris is younger than me. I think is he 47, Chris? There's not much in it. I don't know if he's 48 now, actually. I don't know if he's a few months behind me or a full year behind me. Lou's younger than me. I think I don't want to say Lou's age on here. But Lou is younger than me. But yeah, I don't know. I think Chris is 47, is he? 47, 48? Anyhow, I'm on the Pepsi Max. Hey, if you like drinking this, Morrison's, they're doing 24 cans for £6, £5.99. So I got 2 sets today that should see me through Christmas. And I drink a lot of this, but it means that I don't drink the alcohol, so I suppose it's lesser two evils. I would replace it. I won't drink alcohol anyway because I don't want it anymore, but it gives me something else to suck rather than just water all the time. Stevie Boy Billings, yes, he was born October 76. I didn't know you were born October. I was born in October. I was born October 7th. I don't think Chris is the same as mine, his birthday. It must be, well, it's obviously the same month. Troopers Travels, I'm blogging around Lincoln 27th of December for 2 days. That's my Xmas treat. Really? What are you doing in Lincoln then? That's interesting. Lincoln. Have I been to Lincoln yet? I think I've been to Lincoln Cathedral a few years back. There's a cathedral there, isn't there? Hey, Sarah. Look at state of me. You know, I should have a bit more. You know me. I don't care. Stevie Boys, maybe the end of September. Yeah, it could be. Anyway, everyone, please let me tell you my news around Oldham videos. So basically, what's happening is I had a bit of a realisation, and I've mentioned it in this video that I'm preparing at the moment. So the good news is I've started filming a comeback Oldham video. And I say a comeback Oldham video, not that there was anything to come back from, because, like, you know, but I haven't been doing my Oldham videos properly now for a while. And you know what? I was doing the intro to this video, and I'll tell you about it in a minute. But I was doing the intro to it yesterday, and I actually realised my video stopped. In terms of the stuff that I was doing, it really stopped around about the time when Bobby died. Now, that was March this year. And I think what happened is when Bobby died, and for those of you who don't know who Bobby's my cat. I had him, was he 5? I think he was 5 or 6 when I got him from Oldham Cats, got him from charity. Someone gave him away because they got pregnant, so they didn't want a cat in the house. Could be for medical reasons, I don't know, but them giving Bobby away was the best thing that could have happened because I got to have Bobby then. But anyway, me and Bobby lived together for many years. He was living with me during my marriage, and he obviously stayed with me thereafter, and he moved with me from Oldham to Barnsley, and he lived here happily for 2 years, but then he passed away in March, and it was shocking. But it was after that I think I stopped really sort of doing. I sort of lost interest in doing things. I have made videos. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? I think it affected me more than I realised at the time. But then something happened. Like I had this recent health scare, and then the last couple of days, something happened yesterday, and I thought, right, that is the video that I need to make for my return to Oldham. So as I've said previously, I've got lots and lots of videos that I want to do around Oldham. This is going to be the first one. I'm just going to read these messages to everybody, and then I'm going to tell you what that video is. So, oh no. Troopers Travels, all sorts, castles, cathedral, etc. The place I'm staying is apparently haunted. Right, you need to definitely get a camera, like a GoPro, something that's going to trigger at night. Yeah, you can get them that go on your laptop, can't you? Why don't you get like a sensor trigger camera and set it up, and then see what you film when you go to sleep? That would be absolutely brilliant. Oh my God, what Sarah said here. Sarah Atkin, right? So for everyone watching, Sarah Atkin is my cousin, right? We grew up together. There's only 9 months between us. She's older. She doesn't look it though. Sarah Atkin, did my mum tell you about the dimp picker sneaking around my garden with a torch in the middle of the night? No. What? Let me just bring this forward so I can actually frigging see. No, No, what happened with the dip picker? And what time was it? Sarah, there's dog turds in that garden from when you let Teddy and bloody Bobo out, at night when they need to pee or whatever. So hang on a minute. So you're telling me dip picker's been in? It could have been peed on them tab ends. But actually, don't you put them in a thing? I don't know. Let me know. Troopers Travels, a pet is a part of the family. Yeah, absolutely. And Bobby definitely was. He's upstairs, he's in bedroom, cremated. I've not had him stuffed about like that, although I did consider that. I did think at one point I'm going to get a taxiderm, not after he died, but years before. I was thinking, what would I do with him? And I thought, I'll get him stuffed. And I'll just put him in front room, But then when it came down to it, that didn't materialise at all. It was just get him cremated. But I am gonna, if I had a garden, if I had a house with a garden, I've got plenty of greenery around me, but none that I actually own. Well, actually, I do have a plot at the back, but I don't think it'd be good for burying cat. And there might be other animals buried there. I'd be frightened of digging them up. But I don't know. I think what I might do next year in the summer, I might spread Bobby's ashes. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Right, let's move on. So, Troopers Travels, I'm taking the GoPro. Yes, definitely. I would love it if you could come up with some ghosty stuff. But the deer is smiling there. Bobby could be haunting the house. You know what? It has crossed my mind that it could be. Like, oh, listen, everybody, right? I've not gone live with any ghost activity. But let me tell you, stuff is going on in this house all of the time. Mainly centres around the kitchen. And I have actually, excuse me, I did a burp then. I've actually considered, is there a rat in the house? Is there a mouse in the house? There aren't any mice or any rats in the house. I know for a fact that they're not, because one, there'd be absolutely nowhere for them to get in. It's an old stone cottage. But let's assume I were wrong and they did get in. There's telltale signs and there's nothing, right? But that's all it can be, because I used to hear noises when Bobby was here, right? But like sometimes I'd put it down to like just the fridge. But then that night at the top of the stairs when them pictures got whacked over, and then the other night when I had to come live because I was that frigging scared because I thought, my God, what's going on? Something really strange. When someone knocked on my door the other night, I don't know if you saw that live, but something really strange happened last night. I get these feelings in this house sometimes, like for the majority of it, right? It feels really calm and nothing, but like sometimes I get a feeling like there's something not quite friendly in here. I can't describe it. Like, I get a feeling like I'm gonna, sorry, my stomach's itching. I get a feeling that I'm gonna hear like a behind me or something, like it's gonna make this horrible noise, this spirit. And I get these I get these thoughts. And yesterday I was walking up the stairs and I thought about it, and I just thought, and I actually shit myself walking up, not literally. I was scared walking up the stairs because I got this chill down my spine. I thought there was something behind me. So stuff goes on all the time. My mother reckons there's something in. She just joined the chat. Right, let's have a look. I'm going to tell you about this Oldham video soon, everyone. I've not forgot. Caught him on camera. Sorry, that's ridiculous. In fact, they used to... where I lived on Linton in Oldham, there was a fella who came round to do the dimps there, and he used to dead skinny fella, and he used to walk round, he'd have a cap on, and he'd just pick up all dimps. But he used to really like going round my neighbour's house because they had cigarettes with something a bit different with them. We'll leave it at that. And he used to go and help himself to those odds and ends, and then I imagine go and re-roll them. That was during COVID as well. Troopers Travels, the famous orbs. Yeah. There's something else going on though. Oh, and that's what we're saying. I was sat here last night and there was crashing and banging in that kitchen, and it were at the fridge. It was like the, against the wall, and it were things moving, like clattering about in the kitchen. That's not the fridge, that. Mark G, hello Sarah and all. Hello Mark, nice to see you join us. Thank you for commenting and saying hello. It's always nice to know that you're here. So Ratkin, he lives down. This is the dint picker, everyone. He lives down the road. Confronted him and said, "Stay away." It was scary watching a fella sneaking around when you're in bed. You know what? All joking aside, though, yeah. But did you confront him afterwards? I think I would have done a blasted in me. Sorry, I was just looking at more messages. Yeah, I don't know. He shouldn't be sneaking around. You know what? You've got a kid there as well, aren't you? Do you know what I mean? If she saw him, she'd be scared, wouldn't she? So for that reason, you know, he shouldn't be doing that. Maybe just say to him, look, like I'll leave the dimps on the front step or at the bottom of the steps. You know, you can just pick them up. I'd say that to him, me. Let him have them if he wanted them so much. I mean, why not? You've cast them off, haven't you? Susan Jones, that's my mother. It can't be Bobby. Remember the loud banging on your bedroom door. I know, Mum, that's what we're just saying. But last night, Mum, it were doing it like I just said, you know. What about when you said you saw one with blonde hair in that bathroom mirror before I moved in? That's what she did, everyone. She saw a ghost or saw a woman in the mirror before I even moved in with blonde hair, never mentioned anything. And as it turned out, all they told me afterwards, and then I would have still bought it anyway. But then afterwards, told me, but the woman who passed away, who used to live here, she didn't pass away in the house. She went to a hospice, but she had blonde hair. So Troopers Travel. Sorry, I'm just trying to find my way. Troopers Travels, they can't hurt you. No, and you know what? I don't get that. Just occasionally, I just think, oh, if I heard a screaming, or if I heard, you know, something. But I've heard banging on my door. You know. Troopers Travel. Oh yeah, I've done that one. Sorry. Sarah's saying hi to my mum. Stevie Boy, Jamaican Woodbines. Yes, them ones. Sarah Atkin, yeah, the day after. So, all right, good, Sarah. I wouldn't have thought, mind you, you're not shy, are you? But I wouldn't have thought you'd have said out. But then, yeah, of course you would. Look, the dear mum is saying hello to you. And Sir Atkin, I was going to, but he was fly. Rory Fly? Oh, no. Well, yeah, if he's fly, then I wouldn't let him have him either. I'd rather put him down toilet. No, I wouldn't. I'd give him away. But no, if he were fly, he needs to not be roaming when you get back garden for a kick off, and when you confront him about it, you know, he should be a bit more gracious, shouldn't he? Okay, Troopers Travels. You're still at St Mary's High Street. You've still St Mary's at High Street Rawmash, right? I ain't got a bleeding pen. I can't use my phone. Keep meaning to do it. It's St Mary's Rawmash. St Mary's Rawmash. I promise you I'll remember. In fact, I might even do that over the Christmas period because I can put my glasses on after my eye treatment and put an hat on so I don't get any sunlight on and then roam around and do that. Mine turns my kettle on never in a month of Sundays. I didn't even know you had a ghost. So that's amazing that. Turns the kettle on. What, even when there's no water in it? What about if the plug's turned off? Does it do it then? Hi, Susan. No, Susan Jones. Hi, Muqtadia. And Troopers Travels, the Rawmash Explorer. I'll put the postcode up. Thank you. Right, everyone, let me tell you about what this Oldham video is going to be. So, as I just explained before, my mind isn't working these days. I don't know if I need frigging HRT or something. I don't know what's going on with me, but my mind just won't work. Probably because I'm trying to think of things like all the time, like different things, and that's why I go off on different tangents. So I can see more comments coming up, but I want to tell you about this Oldham video return. So basically, I've featured this family before, but I haven't featured this side of the family before in the way that I'm going to be detailing it. So these people that I feature I've mentioned in other videos, but I haven't featured them as a lone subject of the video. So basically, the reason why I've never featured them in a video is because I can't find the bleeding grave, right? And usually, as you know, when I do my history, all of that, I like to show you the grave. I like to show you where they live. Now, I can show you where they lived. That's not a problem. I can also show you many remnants of them around Oldham. And I'm really not going to go into it in terms of any more than that because I don't want to spoil the surprise. But basically, this grave has eluded me for years. Now, these people died in Oldham, right? So these people died in Oldham, and they've got other members of the family, quite notable characters in Oldham, who are also buried in Oldham. We've got nice big monumental graves with many family members. Well, actually, not so many family members in. We've got different graves. But the point is, the grave for these individuals don't exist. And there's a mother and a father and a child, we'll say. And each one of them are famous for different things. That's all I'm going to say about them, and you might guess, but I doubt it. But anyway, I can't find the grave. I've done all of the online checks. I've managed to find reference to the death of the father. And we always start with, people always say to me, how do you do your research, Sarah? So I'll give you a couple of little tidbits. So if you're researching historical characters, it's always best to start with the males, the men. And the reason for that is historically how things used to work. Probably not so much nowadays, obviously, not at all nowadays. But back then, you know, in the 1800s and earlier than that, and even the early 1900s, you know, the records went under the husband. In fact, this woman, who, in my opinion, did quite, she did enough to be notable in her own right. She even refers to herself in this literature that I've got as her husband's name, Mrs. So anyway, what I'm saying to you is these people should have a grave, and they haven't. Can't find it. I've scoured Cheriton. They're not in Grinnickers. They're not in Lee's grave. They're not in Failsworth's graveyard. They're not in Royton. They're not in Shaw. If they're going to be anywhere, they're going to be in Oldham Church, or they're going to be in Cheriton, but they're not in Cheriton. And the people buried in Cheriton have got these, or if they have got a grave in Cheriton, I've never found it. But as you know, if you watch my channel long enough, you know that I could walk into Cheriton Cemetery with you right now, and I could talk to you about probably 30 or 40 graves, and I could tell you these people were, where they lived, because that's all I've been doing, researching. They don't have a grave. So I've done many things. I did a search online. I spoke to Cheriton Records office this morning. That was they weren't able to shed much light, I'll say, which caused me to then try and get in touch with the local interest centre in Oldham, with the information that I've got, to see if they can let me know where these people were buried. One thing I can say is they definitely didn't have a grave in St. Peter's, because my thought process was, well, maybe they were buried in St. Peter's, and because the bodies were removed from St. Peter's, Hollingwood would be another one, but I don't think they're buried in Hollingwood. Again, I've never seen them in there, and these people would have a big grave. But also, there would be a record. But might not be a bad idea for me to do another look round Hollingwood next time I'm travelling. Anyway, the point is, this video that I'm pulling together for you, everybody, is what I'm thinking, how I'm thinking about it, what I'm coming up against, how I'm getting around it. Ultimately, I want the video to end with either finding out where the grave is, or finding out that the grave no longer exists, or putting an end to it. So that's what I'm going to try and do. And then there's going to be other videos. This specific one I'm talking about, you might not see this until might not see it until the end of first quarter of next year. It really depends on how long it takes me to find it. Might even mean that I have to get in touch with the modern day family. So this could take a while. Right, I've got messages, everybody. So let's have a look. So Ratkin said he doesn't care and he's on benefits. Told him there's going to be normal work, so don't bother. It was the front garden. He hasn't been in the back. Oh, right. You don't even smoke out front though, do you? Do you? Mind you, that would probably make more sense, wouldn't it? Muck the Deer. Hi, Susan. Troopers Travellers, the Church of St Mary, the Virgin, Rawmarsh High Street, S62, 6LT. The reason why I'm reading all of that out is I will come back at 31 minutes and check that address. But I can't see the text afterwards. I don't know why. I think it's something in my settings, but I need to do. I can't see comments afterwards on the live, so that's why I've read it out. So what else did I have to tell you, everybody? Yeah, so that's going to be the first Oldham return. There's also another video that I want to do. So I'll bring it over, actually. Oh, God, the bones. Oh, Jesus Christ, I'm smashing everything up now. So everybody, this is my tree branch, which has been in the front room now for a good few months. You'll notice it finishes here and it's got these branches coming off it. But if you look at the shape of it, it's the shape of it, and it's quite thick and sturdy. And if you look at it, Jesus, I'm going to knock everything off. If you look at it, and if you look at that end there, you can see it's very broom-like, in it. So, what's going to happen is over Christmas, I'm going to turn that into a witch's broom. It's not going to be one to sort of use as like a brush or anything like that. I'm going to have it as decor. So I'm going to turn it into a broom. I don't know yet if I'm going to paint it. Probably not. I think I might just leave it wood. Those branches, I'm going to snap them off and I'm going to use them to form the basis of the brush. But I also found something in Poundland last weekend when I was in, and it would look really nice, and I could use it as like surrounding for the the brush part of it. So because it's going to be an ornament, so to speak, and I'm probably going to put it at the bottom of the stairs, I think it'll look really cool. And then I'm going to get some pictures around it and some other bits and pieces. So that's definitely something I'm going to be doing over Christmas, and you'll see me make that and see what it ends up like. And you know I'm a bit strange, don't you, everybody? Like, my house isn't like, most people's. It is a bit odd, and I like to reference things in the house. Well, everybody does, don't they? Everybody does. Everyone references themselves in the house, but sometimes I take it to a little bit of an extreme. But don't matter, does it? It's me that lives here, and I think it's a bit of fun, and that's all it is, isn't it? So there's definitely going to be the witch's broom, which I'm going to be doing. And then I want to get into embroidery. So, in fact, I'm going to show them to you because I need to do something with these, and I've tried on a couple of occasions and it just doesn't seem to work out. Like, you'll see what I did. Hang on, before I show you these, let me just see what everyone's saying. Oh, nothing. Right. Everyone stopped sending messages, probably because... There you go. Right, so if you've been watching the channel and if you watch all my videos, you'll have seen this video. I took it, Jesus, was it probably about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago? I don't know when I did it. I'd have to go back and double check. But basically what these are here are grave rubbings that I took. So this grave rubbing here is the grave rubbing of Eli Lees. So if you want to know who Eli Lees is, that's Eli Lees in the picture. Very, very, very handsome man. And this is his grave rubbing from his grave in Chadderton Cemetery, right? So my initial thought, or what I want to do is I want to transfer these somehow. I mean, the other option is I might go back and do fresh rubbings, but they're probably not going to be much better than what I've already done here. And I want to transfer this over as a direct copy onto some cloth, and I want to embroider the grave transcript onto some cloth. And then what I want to do, I don't usually reveal what I want to do, but I'm just going to tell you. And then what I want to do is I want to make into like a wall plaque, possibly like a light box. And then what I can do in the evening is I can turn these grave lights on. So you'll see all the embroidery, you'll see the text of the grave, but you'll see that it lights up and it'll just be a subtle light. But I've got many graves here. This one I've already done on paper. This is, I had to climb, not on the stone, but I had to climb up to get this one. And this is the grave rubbing of, you can't really see it unfortunately, John Platt. He was MP for Oldham. If you want to know who John Platt is, if you don't already know, you should do, because I'm constantly telling you. He is the man who's got the statue with the 4 women around it in Alexandra Park, and he was he funded the Lyceum building in Oldham. He was the owner of Platt Brothers, which was a company founded by his father. He was an MP for Oldham. He was a socialist. He did a lot for the people of Oldham. Invested a lot of money. In fact, one of their there's a grant scheme that you can still apply for nowadays, which is taken from them, I believe, him and his brother. This is the grave rubbing of my grandfather, who's in Chadderton. Then we've got, this is one of my favourites. Oh, shite, I just ripped it a bit. Don't matter though. This is John Dodd. So John Dodd, I think he died. In fact, I know when he died. It says it on here. He died the 13th of April, 1912, so 2 days before Titanic sunk. And he was also the owner of the Hollies off Frederick Street in Oldham. So if you're from Oldham and you know the Hollies, that was the old house that got turned into, I think it got turned into an old folks home or something. Well, Mr. Dodd owned that, and he also was the he was a director of Platt Brothers, and he was also the director of the Lyceum in Oldham, or chair of governors or something. We've got Josiah Radcliffe. He was 3 or 4 times mayor of Oldham, as was his father. Joshua Radcliffe, sorry, not Josiah. Josiah's the father. I always get that cocked up. And then finally, everybody, we've got my most favourite, because I never thought I was going to find this grave. And this is a grave rubbing from, I can see all these messages. I'm going to definitely have a read of those in a sec. But let me tell you, this is Robert Ascroft's grave, MP for Oldham. I found his grave by chance, or the records of, I thought it was buried in London. I thought I'd never ever see it. His father's buried in Chadderton with his mother, but he is buried in Cheadle. And this is where I'd transferred it over into cloth. And as you can see, I'd started to embroider the name, but it doesn't look right. I don't know if you can, the text doesn't look right at the top either. I don't think I'd transcribed it very well. So I'm back to square one. But one of the things that I want to do is probably start embroidering some of those graveyard bits over. Let me have a look at these comments now, everybody. So Daniel Wynn, hi again, Sarah. Hello, Daniel. What are you saying? Sorry for, love. Oh, so you spelled my name wrong. Yeah. Making it look pretty. Whoop. Community man. Everything connects. Platt and Dodd. Yeah. So do you know quite a bit about Oldham's history then, Daniel? I just love it. I just love Oldham's history. And I think looking at those grave rubbings and everything last night, I think that really whet the appetite for it. So what else, everybody? Have we got any questions? Have we got anything to say? Because I've been talking now for 41 minutes flat. What's everybody else doing for Christmas? Anything exciting? So you live in Oldham, Daniel, and you still know nothing. Is that what you're telling me? There's plenty to be learned. Just watch a few videos and then go out and have a look. One of the things that I always say to people is look up when you're out, no matter where you are, in whatever town, don't just stir forward. Look up and you'll see the most amazing things. You'll see statues on top of buildings. You'll see plaques dedicated to the people that built them. You'll see beautiful windows. You'll see the most amazing architecture and the features and the stone. And it's amazing what we were left, from, the Victorians and stuff and what they built over the years. And the buildings that we build now are nothing compared to them. So look up, everyone, because you just never know what you're going to see. Muqtadir, I will be at home this Christmas. Muqtadir, I don't blame you for a second. Put your feet up and relax. That's the main thing. Nicholas J. Kane, even by Sarah's standards, that is a beautiful corner of her house. Usual excellent taste. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I do. I like this corner. I like every bit of my house, really, but yeah, I like old-fashioned. Troopers Travels, how do I set the GoPro to record to catch a ghost? I don't know, but I know that you can set up your laptop to do sensor record, or you used to be able to on one of my old ones. I don't know if they've still got that feature now. Also, what you could do is set download one of those night recorder things for any sound in the room, that the ghost may make, any doors moving or anything like that that you've not made yourself. And what it'll do, those call them dream recorders, and what they'll do is when it hears sound, it kicks in and it starts to record. I actually set up, I've got a security camera out the front which records all the time and just feeds back, but I've got two of them. There was one for like the front and the back, but when I tried to put it in the front, because where I come into the house is the back, when I tried to come in through the front there, what happened, when I tried to record, what happened is it just reflected back off the window. So I put a separate camera outside there, because that one just won't pick up. So I've got a spare one, and what I did is for a few nights, I set it up in the kitchen and then went to bed. And then it's one of them, don't know what make it is, but like when someone walks past, it records the activity and then you can look at it. And I told our Sarah that I'd done it, and she bollocked me and she went, stop doing it. Sarah, don't do it. And I think she was scared maybe that I might see something in the house that would terrify me, but I didn't ever pick anything up. But if I was going to a haunted hotel, I guarantee you I would definitely make sure I recorded something. What memory card should I use? Well, if you use one that's just going to kick in as and when there's activity, you won't need a big one, 128 or something. Daniel Wynn, I'll keep that in mind. Daniel Wynn, I do know the memorials have soldiers' names. Does that make me a pro? What memorials? Are you referring to the VC memorials in Oldham Church with Sergeant Hogan? Oh God, what's the other one called? Sergeant, is it? Oh, what's it called? Why has it gone out of my head? I feel terrible now that I can't remember the other one. And I know they've got one of them were from Saddleworth. He lived way into his 70s. He was a sergeant, Sergeant Hogan, came back, lived in poverty until he died in Oldham Hospital. Had to sell his medals. If you go back on the channel, you see that. And the other one, what's it called? He actually died out on the field. And there's a close, just off Welliole Street, there's a close named after him. Let's have a look. Tayyip Hussein, hello Sarah, how are you doing, mate? I'm all right, love. I'm all right. I'm all right now. I've got the all clear. I don't know if you've seen the video or saw the live, but yeah, I had a bit of a health scare, but it was just that health scare, and I'm fine. Thank the Lord. Oh, Tayyip, smash the likes up, people. Oh, you know, I never ask anyone to do that, do I? I've only got 8 likes. I've got 14 people watching. I did have more, but I think I must have bored someone. And they had enough and left. But yeah, if you could press the like, that would be great. I think what happens when you press the like, I should know, shouldn't I? I pay a little attention to it. But I think it does help in terms of putting it in front of people. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with the live. So, Troopers Travels is going to see what he can do with the sensor. Yeah, have a look. Maybe if you just go on YouTube and put in, there'll be someone who does a review on one. Daniel Wynn, is there any female ghosts? If there's any female ghosts, they won't scare me. Female ghosts won't scare you. I don't know. I think they might scare me more. A female ghost. I don't know. You know them. Oh my God, Sarah. Nice. Yes, I do. They've actually got, if you go into the Civic Centre, Daniel, before it closes, and then after it closes, they'll move it. But within the Civic Centre, they've got, you can go in and you can ask to see it. Not in the tower bit, in the other bit down at the back near the Queen Elizabeth Hall. If you go down there, you can just go in and they'll let you see the town silver. Anybody can go in and ask to look at it. And you go up some stairs and the silver's all on display. So you've got like all of the stuff that they used to use on the parade. You've got keys to the town that were given. You've got all sorts of things, but you've also got Sergeant Hogan's medals in there, because what happened was Sergeant Hogan, when he came back from World War I, he didn't get given anything. You know, he was a VC recipient and he was given nothing. He had nothing to live off, but he was a very proud man, and he took to selling matches on the street. He was very poor, and he sold matches. 2 years before that, he was meeting the King of England to receive his VC. They gave him nothing. He came back, as I said, he had his wife, and he sold matches, and he got really, really poor. And in the end, he got that poor that he had to sell his Victoria Cross medal. So he sold it. And this man who had lots of money, I can't remember who he was now. I don't know if he was an ex-Oldham, but he basically got wind that Sergeant Hogan had sold his medals, and he didn't sell them for anything other than probably just paying the bloody rent. And this guy bought the medals back. He got them back off this dealer. But somewhere in between that, Sergeant Hogan died. He died of, I think he had tuberculosis off memory, but I might be wrong on that. He died in Oldham Hospital. But the guy who bought the medals gifted them back to Oldham, and now they're in safekeeping within the silver. So you can actually, go and see Sergeant Hogan's medals. And I would encourage you to do that, because it's something nice to see. But the rest of the stuff in there is wonderful to see as well. Excuse me. No, it's okay. Well done. Muqtadir, hi Tayyip Hussein, hi Muqtadir, how are you, brother? Muqtadir, I'm well, and you, my brother. Love that. Troopers Travels, it's a thumbs up. Oh, thank you, love. And Tayyip, I'm clicking these buttons here. There's all sorts going on this screen, everyone. Taib, I'm very well, Muqtadir. Okay, Troopers Travels. I've got 4 just carrying them around. Oh, cameras. Good. You never know when you're going to need your camera, do you? I usually put mine in my bag. Or if I'm, if I'm really stuck, then I'll. Oh, I've opened a fresh can, Anna. If I'm really stuck, then I'll record on phone. God. Daniel Wynn, Queen Elizabeth Ghost. I like you, ha ha. Muqtadir, good to hear Tayyib. And Daniel Wynn, oh, he sold his medals. Yes, he did. So everybody, like I said, I've already started the Oldham videos. It's just a matter of time now until they come back. I also want to do some, town historical videos as well. So something else that I want to do. I am going to do St Mary's, definitely. I might do that over the next couple of days because I'm actually finished work now. That's it. I don't go back to work now. I'm saying it with a smile on my face, like I'm delighted to be. I actually really like being in work, to be honest. I work for a really, 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 really good company. And, my bosses are great. Really, really happy in my work. So I'm not happy to be off work because I don't like my job. I love my job. I'm happy to be off work because I can really get stuck into doing a few things that I want to do. And one of the things that I want to do is just get back to making really good videos. And I'm really feeling it at the moment, everybody. So things will definitely happen. But yeah, we're going to be doing that Oldham video when that gets released. It's a work in progress. I have got some historical facts from Oldham that I need to bring to you. And I've been threatening for months to do this. And I promise I will do it. I'll try and get that done over the Christmas period. I also want to go back to Grinnickers Cemetery because I've done like the main bits, but I haven't really explored Grinnickers the same way that I have Chadderton. And there's lots of areas in Grinnickers where we still need to do. Oh, and there's another video, and I'm going to tell you what this video is. I mentioned it before, St. Peter's. So for those of you that don't know, in Oldham Town Centre, where the Spindle Shopping Centre is, that used to be an area called St. Peter's, and it used to be a shopping precinct. The reason why it was called St. Peter's Shopping Precinct was because of what was there before, and that was a church. And that church, St. Peter's Church, was built, the original was built in the 17s, I think, but the one that they knocked down in the 60s was built in the early 1900s. So it wasn't as old as the one that was there previously. But the point is, there was a graveyard there. And in the 1960s or 70s, whenever it was, I'm pretty confident it was the end of the 60s, they removed all the headstones, knocked all the church down. They removed all the bodies from the ground. Most of the bodies got reinterred in Hollingwood. Some of the bodies, the bits that they couldn't match up, went to the tip at Cascamore. And I'll be honest with you, I've not got that on gospel. I've only got that on the word of a man who's no longer alive anymore. So it's allegedly, I think you're supposed to say. But he told me that, and he was drinking in the Highfield in Oldham. He told me he drove a truck, and on that truck one morning, he was told to be at the site, and there was a load of bones loaded into the truck and loads of bits of stuff, and he had to take it to the tip, and he took it at something like 5 o'clock in the morning, something ridiculous like that. Why would you be going to the tip at 5 o'clock in the morning if you didn't have anything other than normal stuff? Some people have said absolutely not, they wouldn't have been able to do it because of the Home Office regulations. I don't know. But the one thing I do know is that all of those graves that were there have been dug up. Those people have been reinterred somewhere else. But I've not seen any grave markers for these people. If they've gone to Oldham Wood, I've not seen any record of them. I know that some of the grave stones that were removed from St. Peter's, some of them were placed in Oldham Church. but some of them that they couldn't replace, they were ground down and they were used as the footing for the M62 motorway. Now, the reason why I mentioned St. Peter's to you is that's a lost church, lost graves, or is it? Because I've had these names for quite some time now, but I've actually got, and I can see there's more comments, everybody. I'm gonna definitely get to them in a second, but I can tell you that I've got all of the records of the graves, and there's a grave I was looking at last night. It was a 17-year-old lad, I'm going to say. There was a debate whether he was 15 or 17, but basically his name was Ezekiel. I can't remember his surname for now, but he died at 17 or 15. He was buried at St. Peter's. Interestingly enough, his father died in 1868, I think. He was buried in the 57, and the father was buried in 68. And I think they were still interring people in St. Peter's at that time. Is my eye sinking? Or is it just the light, I think? Yeah, so they stopped interring people in St. Peter's in 1871. So essentially, he could have been buried there, but he wasn't. He was buried in Chadderton, the father. He's also buried with his wife and one of his daughters. Now, interestingly enough, Ezekiel's brother, William, he had a child himself 6 or 7 years after Ezekiel died, and his son was called Ezekiel. And he lived to be 97 years old, and I believe in the end he lived up Breeze Hill. I've not been able to find his address yet, but I think he died in the 1940s, and the family goes on from there. And I just thought it was interesting. They've got a grave in Chadderton, basically. I've got the records of it, and I'm going to be going finding it in a video that's coming up. And I will tell the story in more detail because I've got more detail. That's just an overview. But there's all sorts of stuff like that. And I suppose what I'm trying to say is I can't do a video on St. Peter's because it doesn't exist. And you know, the records are quite old, and what I tend to find is when the records are really old, it's really difficult to like drum up these histories on some people because they weren't really good at keeping records in like the early 1800s for normal everyday people. For important people, yeah, you know, like for church records, yeah, but like for everyday stuff, not so much, you know, censuses and stuff, didn't really have all of that. So sometimes it's really difficult for me to drum up information on graves older. My point is there's going to be a feature on St. Peter's, and I'm going to be showing you, if I can't show you the graves, I'll certainly show you where the family are. I'll show you where they used to live. I'll tell you what they used to do. There was a timber merchant. In fact, Ezekiel was a timber merchant, and I think he had a shop or a premises on King Street. So there's all sorts of stuff, everybody. I'm just brimming with useless information and desperate to get it into a video for you. Right, let me have a look. Taib, Sarah, what's the oldest bakery in Oldham? Maybe you can tell us if you find out. Would be interesting. Crikey, I wouldn't know off the top of my head. And you see, the thing is, when we said bakery, I was saying like standard family bakery, you know, because you've got like your part cakes and stuff like that. And there was a bakery where Shannon's pet shop. And if you don't know where Shannon's pet shop was, the bakery building, and it's still got the signage on the side, it's called something bakery, and it's a very old building, and it looks like the name is built into the brick. But I'll tell you where it is. The new swimming baths, it backs onto that on the back of the shops. There's a barber's there on the corner now, which I can't remember the name, and you've got Court Funeral across the way. And then back here, so facing the bakery, you've got Mecca Bingo, which was the old co-op hall. But I can certainly find out where these old family bakers were, and I bet my mum could tell some good stories of like old bakery shops and stuff. There was a lot in the town centre, in most of the shops that they've chopped down now. There was some really good shops on on Union Street, but the bottom end, like at the top, that's all food now, but the bottom end, that was where all the food were in the sweet shops and stuff, near Roadsbank. But I'll find out. That'll be interesting for me to find that one out. Lorenzo, mud pub related videos would be lovely, please, Sarah. Local culture, erosion, etc. Yes, okay. Well, did you see the video that I did about 2 years ago, Lorenzo? Maybe 18 months ago on the Royal Oak, because that's the latest victim, isn't it? The Royal Oak and Roadsbank. Well, I was just mentioning Roadsbank. I actually did a full tour. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, but I did a full tour of that. I did the Farmer's Boy. That's gone now. I know you've seen them because you've said more pub videos, so I don't know why I'm rounding them off for you. But yeah, I definitely will. I've got loads of pub information, and I definitely could do more of that. Troopers Travels, we'll catch again, Sarah, as T's calling. Okay, thank you so much. I don't know if you've already left, but thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Lorenzo, too many buildings of historical interest being turned into HMOs. You know what, Lorenzo? I'm with you on that. You know, like, I don't really like how they're changing these places into HMOs. Just because I'd rather the buildings be used for what their original purpose were. So, like pubs, you know, let them keep them as I don't know, turn them into a restaurant or have them as a public place that people could go in, I suppose, is what I'm saying. Try and keep it original. But the facts are, if they didn't turn them into HMOs, you know what they'd do? They'd just level them. They would absolutely level them because they'd stand no use. So it's a bit sweet, isn't it, really? It's like the Royal Oak. I mean, that building is one of the oldest buildings in Oldham. I'm really confident that that building, as it stands, is... I don't want to say it's the 1700s, but it could be, you know, and I'm trying to think back. Records go right back, but it's got to be early 1800s, possibly late 17s. Now, if they knock that building down, that would be... It'd be shocking, wouldn't it? It'd be really, really shocking, because literally there's not much left in Oldham now. They've done away with everything. I mean, get the King's Hall down, get the Greaves down, get the arcade down. They got rid of one of the arcades, didn't they? So they probably want to get rid of the other one soon. They'll say that's not serving any purpose. They'll seal that up. There's not going to be anything left. So in a sense, just to have them turned into an HMO is probably a reason to keep them up and not knock them flat to the ground. I don't know. It's one of those, isn't it? I'd rather them just not blight the street and just keep it, but I don't know. Sandra Shaw. Sandra, I could see your message for ages because it's got the blue plaque on it. And I just didn't seem to get to it. Right, big thanks, Sarah. You have helped me researching my family tree from Chaddy and Oldham. Oh, I'm glad about that. If you need any specific help, Sandra, you can email me at ukgraveyard@gmail.com. I'd be more than happy to help you, and I'd be more than happy to do any searches for you if that's what's required. Just let me know. No problem at all. You know me, I don't need any excuses to do some Oldham research, so ask away. But it sounds to me like you've got it under control anyway. Sarah Atkin told me the same in Highfield. Name begins with W. Sarah, are you referring to that man that we saw that night who told us that story? Because I must have been with you in the Highfield then when he told us. Can you just confirm, Sarah, in the text that what I've just said about the bodies is either a complete lie, or I've got it wrong, or is it true? Or was I drunk? Had I drunk too much that evening? I don't know. Lorenzo, saw about the Farmer's Boy in Royal Oak, saw your fails with videos. Every pub is a parliament. So Ratkin, yes. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame what they're doing with the pubs. You know, I'm going to be dead honest with you, and I've said this before. I firmly believe the demise of a town comes from the fact that the market is frittered away. Fact is this. I mean, I go to Oldham Market. I go to Oldham Market on a Saturday because I know that I can get really good material off there. There's loads of stalls on there that sell material. And I went and got my material for my curtains. For this chair that I'm sat in, this is off Oldham Market, this material at £3 a metre. Beautiful velvet. The curtains are in the same material. I suppose what I'm going off on a tangent, but I suppose what I'm saying is if you've got a decent market, people will definitely travel to it. I used to love the flea market in Oldham. It was fantastic. Loved the flea market. I actually tried to go to one in Rotherham and it weren't even a patch. And Rotherham's got a brilliant market. I just remember Oldham Flea Market being the best, and you could go on and get like, there was a woman who did like a boot stall on there. Sarah, do you remember that boot stall? That woman had Breeze Hill tip, was it, Sarah? Right, thanks for the correction. Yeah, I said Breeze Hill, didn't I? Or did I say Breeze Hill? No, I think I said Tubby, didn't I? So Breeze Hill tip then. Yeah, is it what they built the school on, Sarah, in the end? I'm sure they built the school on there, didn't they, Breeze Hill? But yeah, sorry, I'm going off on a tangent, everyone. This is the thing. I think when you take a market away from a town, you kill it, you know. And they're trying to say the high street's dead. Let me tell you something. When it comes to market day in Barnsley, right? You go in Barnsley town centre, all of the shops, there's no empty shops. And in the market, there's no empty stalls. Like, there's none. Like, if you go up there, like, even Rotherham to a certain extent, there's some empty shops there, but not so much so. If you walk around Barnsley town centre, you can't find an empty retail space. If anything, they're building more, you know, to bring more people into the town. And the market is buzzing. And the market's nothing compared to what it used to be. But the good thing about Barnsley is it's got an amazing indoor market. And you can get anything on there. And the stalls are really good. And you've got wool and you've got crafts and you've got paintings and you've got furniture. In fact, you've got everything that you've got in Oldham Market. The only difference is there's more choice, and you've got more of an outside market, I suppose, more of, you know, different stalls and other bits and pieces. My point being, when they took the market away and they got rid of all those wooden stalls and they put a car park up and they took away all those traders, I'm sorry, but that's when I think that the town started to die in terms of the town centre. And I'm speaking from a very good vantage point because I'm old enough to remember what it was like when it was buzzing, and I lived in Oldham when all of that took place, and I've seen it happen. And I've also moved away from Oldham now, not out of want, out of necessity. And a bleeding clock. I love that clock, ring. And yeah, that's it. You know, I can see it. So I'm probably preaching to the bloody converted here, aren't I? So Sarah, oh yeah, sorry, I've missed some messages here. Breeze Hill, Oldham has changed. You're right, Mukthadir, it has. Mukthadir, do you live in Oldham, or did you live in Oldham? I've got it in my head that you lived there and you've moved somewhere else now. And if you did live in Oldham, where did you live? Or do you live? No, I don't mean your address. Like the area. Daniel Wynn, drinking a pop. Yes. I'm drinking a cherry Pepsi Max. I got 24 cans for £6 from Morrison's today, which is really, really cheap, isn't it? But I used to booze, but I stopped 6 or 7 months ago. I don't drink alcohol now. But I do like to drink something other than water in the evening. And even though I drink that Coke, I can still drink. It doesn't, you know, the caffeine doesn't stop me from sleeping. So it's all good. Sarah's saying no to something. I don't know what you're saying no to. Oh, about the school. Sarah Atkin, yeah, remember the River Island boot stall on the Fleet pit? Yeah, that's what I'm referring to. There was that one, weren't there? Do you remember that fella who had the 50p stall? I think it was the normal market, but you could go and get 50p stall. And weren't there someone who used to sell clothes? And that's the other thing. When I was a kid, I used to go and get clothes off Oldham Market. Sarah, do you remember those? Me and Sarah used to work same clothes. And we used to go to market and buy our clothes and buy all the same stuff. Daniel Wynn, the market sold me my PS2 games and shoes a while back. Oh, Sir Atkin, no, the tip is away from the school. All right. Lorenzo, I lied. The 3Cs Club, ha ha. What did you lie about? I must have missed the bloody message. Let me go back. Oh, every pub is a parliament. You know, I've never been in that 3Cs. A member of my family goes in. Sarah, what's that? Oh, you know, I say a member of my family. Sarah, what's her name? That woman. Oh, Brenda. Is it Brenda Brogan? She's a. I don't know if you know Brenda. I'm sure she goes in the 3Cs, but Brenda's related to us. I think she's my mum's cousin. I think that's her name anyway, surname. But she's a wonderful woman. And I'm a bit vague. I know who Brenda is, obviously. But I think the last time I saw her was at a family funeral. Whose bloody funeral? Oh, yeah, my Uncle Terry's. Okay. 24 cans, so I like the 3Cs. It's still open in it, Lorenzo. I thought it was still open. That my auntie goes in there as well with a partner, George, Big George, and my auntie Anne. We don't get along, me and Auntie Anne these days though, so it's been a while since I've seen her, but I know that she goes boozing in there as well. 24 cans for £6. Wow, one can is £1. Exactly, yeah. They charge you a lot of money. Just seeing if they've got that. Yeah, they've got the multi-pack thing. I was just thinking if they were quick. If you could get them and split them down there, but you can't. They've got the multi-pack in. Nick, Rebreeze Hill. Yes, they did build the school on what had been the tip, although it was before I moved to Leeds. I remember the flues they installed to allow gases to escape and avoid a build-up. Right, so there is a school built on the tip, so maybe it's built a bit on it, a bit off it. But they used to do that a lot, didn't they? I think I need to go for a wee, everybody. What time is it now? I'll do another 20 minutes, but I need to go for a wee. Just bear with me a sec. Just gonna clean these up while let's have a look. Muxadia, I used to live in Oldham but moved to Herefordshire in 2006. Hertfordshire. No, I thought you said Herefordshire then. Yeah, I thought you'd moved out of Oldham. I'm just going to put these grave rubbings away. Sir Atkin, 50p, whatever you see. Nick, I bow to your knowledge, Sarah. Oh, Nick, that's really kind. Listen, I don't know it all, love. You know, there's been occasions where I've watched back on videos and there's some things that I've said early on and it amazes me how, you know, sometimes I put myself right as well. You know, sometimes I think something and then I might have to put it right through, because usually I've got really good information to go off, but like, I just love finding things out. And you know what I miss? I miss being in Oldham, right? And just, I've said this before, but I miss just being able to just sit in my house board like on a Saturday morning or something and think, forget, I'll go to Chadderton Cemetery, I'll go and see what I can find, and then go in there and then filming the gravestones, or maybe not filming, maybe just going and seeing what I can find, and then coming back and researching and then finding something fantastic. I really miss that. But unfortunately, it's not possible for me to do that here. I mean, I can get in my car and drive down, but it'd be a long trip. So yeah, but I do love my Oldham's history, and the good thing is there's still so much left to be discovered. And you know, I always think, oh, I discovered everything, but of course I haven't. You know, I've got honestly. And one of these days, I will bring the list down and I'll give you the titles of things that I'm planning on doing. And I've got all sorts of notes written down. And I've also got suggestions that people have made. You know, I do listen to suggestions and I write them down as well. But yeah, I just love it. I love it. Right. Lorenzo, does Brenda do the karaoke DJ thing? I'm sure I've seen her in the Falconers. I don't know, Mum. Does Brenda do the Mum? I don't know if you know. Brenda's your cousin, isn't she? Does she do? She reminds me of someone who would do the. She's not shy. She's up for a good time, Brenda. She enjoys herself. So I think she probably would. But yeah, I think she probably would. But I don't know for definite. I don't know if Mum or Sarah can say. Susan Jones, Sarah, remember the lion coats? Yeah, I was talking to Stella about that the other day. So me and Sarah, everyone, when we were younger, I don't know, we were about 5 or 6. We insisted. I don't know who got one first, but basically it was a tweed duffel coat with like a lion's mane around it. We both insisted on having it, but to make matters worse, we used to put the hoods up and then do like lion roaring noises. You know, like we were just kids. But these lion coats, I wish we still had them. Honestly. I don't know why we don't still bleeding have them. And you know, considering they were quite famous. Sarah Atkin, yeah, our mum's cousin. Lorenzo, yeah, it's still open. I've been, loved it there, and the Tommyfield pub. Yeah, that Tommyfield, I think that's going to be the next casualty, isn't it? Sarah Atkin, gosh, Susan, we love those lion coats. Sarah Atkin, I wish we had pictures of both in the back. Sarah, no word of a lie, there is a picture that exists. I think my Auntie Karen's got it. I know that my grandma definitely had one because there was a picture of me and you, and I think we were stood in front of a fence and we both had the lion coats on. But what happened when my grandma died? That was 1988. I don't know what happened to the photograph books. I think my auntie's taken them, and I think she's got them. But there is a photograph there. I'll message my Auntie Karen and I'll ask her if she can. I've asked her before. She'll dig some photographs out. She never does. But maybe I'll go down. Maybe I'll pick you up and we'll go down, Sarah. Daniel Wynn, welcome back, Sarah. Oh, thanks. Lorenzo, there's a blonde lady that goes around all the pubs in Oldham, like the three C's, etc., running the karaoke. I don't know if she runs karaoke, but she is blonde. So that could be her. Is she quite slim? My mum's not sure about Brenda. And Sarah, oh, that would be brilliant. Yeah, Sarah, I'll try. I know that they exist. I mean, it was the 1980s last time I saw them, but I know those photos. There's loads of photos of me and you. That's the other thing, Sarah. Can you explain to me why there's no photographs of us as kids? Like, literally, none. I know there's the odd one or two, but like, you know, like other people, they have like you for your kids, you've got like loads, haven't you? Do you know what I mean? But for us two, I don't know why. I know we didn't rip them up. Did we refuse to like pose? I don't know what the thing is. Anyway, everybody, where are we up to? Did I tell you that I got a new sewing machine? I did. It's a Singer, and I think it was. I'm looking at it. I think it's from the 1940s. It's an electric one. Could be from 1920s actually. And it works. I still need to take it upstairs and try it, but I won't bore you with my sewing because I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. But I've been getting bang into more sewing recently, and I do want to try my new machine out. So, in short, I know I keep saying it, but yeah, Oldham videos are on the way. There'll definitely be something Oldham specific over Christmas. I'm going to be out of action for a couple of days from tomorrow for definite, and I'll do a video to just show you what happens and the before and afterwards, and you know, you'll see me without makeup on. Well, that don't matter. And it's going to take about 7 to 10 days for my eyes to heal. And on day 2, they're going to be really puffy. It'll look like I've been punched. So it's going to be a few days where I'm going to be housebound. But once it starts to ease off, I'll get the sun cream on. I'll get the sunglasses on, and I'll hit the road, and I'll get to Oldham, and we'll do a trip round Grinnikers. I'll do the history walk, and tell you about the Oldham facts that I want to reveal to you. I've got a really interesting. By the time I probably tell you, I'll probably go, "Is that all it is, Sarah?" But to me, it's really interesting. We'll get the witch's broom done, so you'll see me do that. That'll be a little bit of a craft video. I'm going to start my embroidery. I think I want to get one of these grave rubbings, possibly Mr. Dodd's. I think I'm going to start with Mr. Dodd's. And I'm going to transfer that onto some material, and I'm going to start to embroider that. And we're going to turn that one into a light box, which is going to be mounted on the wall. And I can turn that on then. It'll be a little bit of a light source. I might even put them in my bedroom on the wall. And not all of them are going to be light boxes. I might just do 1 or 2. And just so everybody knows, I'm not being disrespectful, or at least I don't think I am, by turning these grave rubbings into, you know, stuff for my walls. But, you know, I think it might be if I were doing it from any other position than the one I'm at, which is, you know, I'm obsessed with graves. You know, I've got a lot of respect for the people that are in these graves, and I know a lot about them. And every single grave rubbing that I'm going to have up on my wall, you know, it's up there for a reason. It's not there just because I like to have graves up there. It's up there because I like, you know, I like the history of these people, and it actually means something to me. So, you know, that's the reason why they're going to be going up. And I suppose that's the reason why I'm saying I don't see anything wrong with it, because it's my house. And I like it, you know, it's what I like. So, but I'm pretty confident that you all understand that anyway. Let's have a look here now. We're nearly done, everybody. We're nearly done. And I'll tell you why, because I want to get up them dancers, and I want to get into a bath, and I want to wash this hair because it's like a sweat. Look at it. I've got a white root and everything, but I can't dye it now. And I'm not going to be able to wash my hair for over a week because I can't get my eyes wet. Oh, we'll find out tomorrow what I can and can't do. But anyway, there's some more comments here, and then I'm going to call it a night. So Anthony Hume, hi Sarah, hello Anthony. We're just logging off now, Anthony. I'm sorry. Well, not quite just yet. Sarah Atkin, I think there's some from when we were about 5. Never seen any baby ones though. No, I don't. Well, there are some baby ones of me, but again, they're in those photographs, and I don't know where the bleed now they are. And I've only been asking for like 2 decades where they are, but I think the auntie's got them. But there are some, Sarah, me and you, definitely. That's that one I've got in my bedroom of me and you when we're about 5 or 6. We're about 6 on there. That's the oldest one I've got, really. And that's unusual that we're together on it. And then we've got the Wagging It in Joanne's flat in Worneth one. with that hair stuck up like that, those perms. You know what we should do, Sarah, right? I was thinking about it. We should do a Halloween party. In fact, I think we should definitely do this, right? This would be a great idea. Let's do a Halloween party next year. And we'll do it. We'll get everyone will get dressed up, and me and you will come in those permed hairstyles like that, and those as well, that photograph basically. What do you reckon? I think that'll be really cool. Proper 80s, that, weren't it? Daniel Wynn, Nice to check in on you, Sarah. I have videos to watch. Bye. All right, Daniel. Thank you for watching, darling. And Anthony Hume, that will be nice. Hawkwind's here. Hello, Hawkwind. Have you been here all the time, Hawkwind, or have you just got here? Or are you saying bye-bye? Probably saying bye, aren't you? And Sarah, yes, right. So you know what I want to do, Sarah? I want to, in fact, I'm doing it. I don't care. And if no one wants to come, then no one come. Next year, I'm hiring out the bleeding candlelight in Oldham. And I'm going to put a party on everybody. And I'm going to do a buffet. I'm going to get a DJ, a really cheesy one from Oldham, right? And I'm going to invite people from Oldham who watch the channel to come along to the do. And we're gonna have a good night in the candlelight upstairs with that dance floor all lit up. I think that'd be great. In fact, I'm doing it. Why the frig not? I'm doing it. We're going to do it I might even do it for my birthday next year. Maybe I'll have a birthday party. And I'll invite everybody along. How does that sound? I think we should definitely do it. I mean, worst case scenario, fan-frigging-tastic. Lol. Is that what you're referring to, sir, with the candlelight? I don't know what you're referring to. Anyway, I'm getting a bit delirious, everybody, as I usually do at the end of talking for non-stop for 90 minutes. So that's the end. I hope when the videos come out, which they will be doing, I hope that you enjoy them. Vicky Fleming, I'm in candlelight. I'm in candle fright. Oh, I'm sorry, I can see now. I meant candle fright. My dad fell down them stairs a few times. Did he? What, drunk? Must admit, I've nearly sailed down on myself on a few occasions. Have you done that one, Vicky, at the end at night, that New York that always comes on? You know when you're getting booted out then, that's the end of it. Oh, that's some good nights in that candlelight. I'm sure we had Lucy's birthday in there, didn't we, Sarah? Whose birthday were it? Right, Mark, you're on the invite list. So what we'll do, I'm definitely going to do that, everybody. We're gonna have a party. We are going to have a party in the candlelight in Oldham. And for everybody that can't attend the party, frigate, we'll do a live stream. You know, and we'll set up a microphone in the corner. You know, everyone can say hello on live stream. We can have a really good night. I won't be drinking, so I'll be in charge of that, and we'll just have a really good time. Sarah, I did, then got chucked out by Sarah, you know what I was thinking about? In fact, I'll say it off here. It's nothing bad, by the way, everybody. It was just a night out we had. Sorry, what was that? I will just say it. What was that club called that we went in that night? So there was me and you. I don't know if Wes were there. And there was a lad that was with us. This was back in the 90s. And it was down near that Frango's near Mumps. There was that pub on the corner. What was it called? It was a club. When you say it weren't Dreamers, were it? It were... Oh, what was it called? Anyway, police came, didn't they, and arrested that lad. And we were screaming for him to let him go. And I don't know why, because we didn't even know him, did we? Well, I didn't anyway. We were like, let him go. And then they took him away at Montes, that's it. Yeah, do you remember? I don't even know who that lad were. I don't even know if he was with us, to be honest. But yeah, so we've had a few few nights in Oldham, haven't we? Oh God. Anyway, candlelight. I promise you, everyone, we're definitely doing it. And in fact, because only Leanne, her boyfriend Rory Kelly, he knows the guy who runs the candlelight. I think he's the son of Ken who used to own it. So I'll get his number somehow. In fact, I think he's a friend of mine on Facebook, that guy. So I'm going to message him. I'm going to find out how much it is to rent it out, and we'll mix it in with something, and we'll have that party. Anyway, so I can see your comment there. So he was with us. It must have been. I just don't even remember who Lee and Ellie were. Shame you could. So Vicky Fleming saying, shame you couldn't get in the snipe for one last look around. I know, it is. You know what? I'm going to say something quite shocking now. I don't actually think I've ever been in the snipe. Ever. Now, I might be wrong. I might have been on a night out and not remembered, but I genuinely don't think I ever have. But I will say, I don't think I've ever been at Tommyfield. So I'm going to change that. Next time I go to Oldham, I'm going to Tommyfield for a Coke. I'm going to do a live from Tommyfield. So yeah, that's another video that's coming. I think that's what needs to happen. But I will say this, Vicky, when I did the video where I showed the snipe, you know, now closed down, and I could smell. I think I said it on the video. When I was close to the window trying to like see in, doing like I've got the camera in my hand, I could smell something, and it weren't on the floor outside. And I think it was the smell of something dead inside that was coming through the glass. I know that sounds a bit crazy, but it's not double glazed glass, it's just single pane. And when you went close, you could smell it. No, Sarah, we've never been in the snipe. I didn't think so, sirs. Well, we'll have to bleed and go then. Sarah, I've been in the Tommyfield. Well, not to the snipe, I mean the Tommyfield. Yeah. Gonna have to go. I might pick up you a Rube, and they'll let Rube in, won't they, if it's during the day? We should be able to go in. Vicky Fleming, yeah, probably. That's what I thought, Vicky. I thought they'd probably gone in and they'd be running around, wouldn't they? I would like to go in there though. If someone gave me the opportunity to go in, I would. I'd be a bit scared because of the rats, but I'd love to go in. I'd love to go in the cellar. Have a look in the attic and, you know, upstairs, because they're really old, them buildings. You know, they're so old. Such a shame. I don't even know what they're going to do. Do you know if they're going to knock it down or? Sure, someone said they were going to knock it. Erin Hounds was a good night. Yeah, Erin Hounds were. That's another beautiful building, that. Are they changing that into an HMO then? I think they are, aren't they? Oh, that were the plans. Sorry. I do that a lot every when I smell my hair. It's a habit. It doesn't smell. Yeah, the Erin Hounds were a good. Tell you what, were a good night, sir. Harry's Bar, but not the current one. Well, I'm sure that's a good night out as well, but the 80s, where we used to go and have cider and black. Lager and black. And we used to booze in there when we were 15. Yes, we did. Sorry, but that's what happened. In fact, we might have been younger than that. I don't even know how the hell we got away with it. But there you go. Already has. All right. There you go. Anyway, everyone, right, it's now, what time is it? It is 19:53. I need to get a bath because I feel vile. And I want to watch some of my YouTube programs, and that's it. So thank you everybody for watching. Thanks for all the likes, everybody that's given us. Oh, my mum's saying the Tommyfield was open in 1978. Yeah, but Mum, there must have been an older Tommyfield there before. Is that one of the pubs that Oldham Brewery knocked down and rebuilt? And you'll notice, everybody, I say brewery, I can't say I can't say it. Brewery. I can't say it. I have to say brewery. Can't say it. Cider and black. Look too young. I know. I tell you what, sorry though. If that were your Lucy, you'd tan a legs, wouldn't you? At that age, doing that. We were little gets, weren't we? And our parents didn't know that we were doing that, by the way. They had no clue. Just little gets. Anyway, right, I'm going, everybody. It's been lovely to have everyone comment and get involved. Thank you very much for joining on the live. I hope I didn't rant too much at the end there. I'll keep you posted. I'll keep you posted on the eyes and everything else. As I said before, listen, I don't need to tell you again. You're probably thinking, Sarah, shut up, you told us 15 times already. I'm going to call it quits at that, everyone. Thank you so much. Mugtha dear, thank you for your gift. It's really kind if you're still watching. And I'll see everybody over Christmas. Oh, there'll be a video over Christmas as well. I'm going to be tackling Christmas dinner from scratch. And I know everyone else is, but I mean from scratch. And it's going to have a bit of a twist to it as well. So you'll see what I get up to on that. Thanks, everyone. And I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.